Hey guys, it's Lord of the Pogs. Did you ever tell someone about a movie you used to watch when you were growing up and they say they've never heard of it? That happens to me all the time. So today, I've got a list of 20 movies from the 80s and 90s that you forgot existed. Number 1 is arguably my favorite on this list, and one of my favorite movies of all time, 1982's The Secret of NIMH. The Secret of NIMH was Don Bluth's first feature film after separating from Disney, and it currently holds 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. It centers around a colony of escaped lab rats, the Rats of NIMH. NIMH is an acronym for National Institute of Mental Health, who live in a technologically sophisticated and literate society mimicking that of humans. Mrs. Frisbee, a widowed field mouse, seeks out the aid of the rats to protect her family from the farmer's plow. Number 2 on my list is 1986's An American Tail. It features music by James Horner, who's known for his work on Titanic, and it tells the story of Feifel Moskowitz and his family as they emigrate from Russia to the United States. However, he gets lost and must find a way to reunite. When it was released, An American Tail was the highest-grossing animated feature film for an initial release and the highest-grossing non-Disney feature film. It was followed in 1991 by a sequel, Feifel Goes West, which features a similar timeline. Feifel and his family move from New York City to the Wild West, and on their way, Feifel gets separated and must seek to reunite. Number 3 is 1987's The Brave Little Toaster. It's set in a world where domestic appliances and other consumer electronics come to life pretending to be lifeless in the presence of humans. The story focuses on 5 anthropomorphic household appliances who go on a quest to search for their owner. Many of the people who worked on The Brave Little Toaster went on to do great things. Co-writer Joe Ranft became a script supervisor at Pixar, and several of the animators went on to animate and direct movies of the Disney Renaissance. Animator Glenn Keane even produced the Disney film Tangled. The movie produced 2 sequels, The Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue and The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars, but the original has yet to be featured on Disney Plus or any other streaming service. Number 4 is 1988's The Land Before Time. The Land Before Time features 5 young dinosaurs who flee famine and upheaval to search for the Great Valley, an area scarred from devastation. It features music by James Horner, and it was released after Judith Barsi's death, who plays the voice of Ducky. Number 5 on my list is 1989's All Dogs Go to Heaven. All Dogs Go to Heaven tells the story of Charlie, a German shepherd who is murdered by his former friend Carface. Charlie leaves heaven to return to Earth, where his best friend Itchy still lives, in order to get revenge on Carface. But instead, he ends up befriending a young orphan girl named Anne Marie. This was Judith Barsi's final film role. Her and her mother Maria were killed in July 1988 in a double murder-suicide committed in her own home by her father. The ending credits song Love Survives was dedicated to her memory. Number 6 on my list is 1991's The Rocketeer. The Rocketeer tells the story of a stunt pilot who discovers a hidden rocket-powered jetpack that was stolen from Howard Hughes by the Nazis, and when he uses it to fly without the need of an aircraft, he attracts the attention of the FBI. Number 7, also released in 1991, is Rockadoodle. Rockadoodle tells the story of a rooster named Chanticleer who lives on a farm and crows every morning to raise the sun. However, after he's tricked by the Grand Duke of Owls into thinking that his crow actually does not raise the sun, and the other farm animals lose faith, he leaves to become a rock star in the city. But with Chanticleer gone, rain continues to pour non-stop, causing a massive flood all over the country. Rockadoodle was ranked 24 on a list of the 50 worst children's films ever made. Number 8 on my list is 1992's FERNGULLY, The Last Rainforest. FERNGULLY is set in an Australian rainforest inhabited by fairies who accidentally shrink a young logger named Zack to the size of a fairy. Together they rally the fairies and the animals of the rainforest to protect their home from Hexus, a malevolent pollution entity. FERNGULLY marked Robin Williams' first animated film role, and the character Batty Coda was created specifically for him. The film's producer, Wayne Young, said that although the film was blatantly environmental, they did make an effort to avoid preaching. The film's cast stood behind the film's message and agreed to work for scale wages. Number 9 on my list is 1993's Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound tells the story of 3 pets, 2 dogs and a cat, as they travel through the wilderness searching for their owners. Number 10 on my list is 1993's Rookie of the Year. Directed by Daniel Stern, it tells the story of Henry, a little leaguer who dreams of one day playing for the major leagues. He breaks his arm catching a fly ball, and when the doctor removes the cast, he discovers that the tendons have healed a little too tightly, enabling him to throw a ball with incredible force. Rookie of the Year currently holds 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. Free Willy tells the story of a boy who befriends a captive orca. He discovers that the amusement park plans to kill the whale for money. Upon its initial release, Free Willy ranked number 5 behind Jurassic Park, before moving to number 4 the following weekend, where it stayed for 2 more weeks. After that, it began to gradually decline. Number 12 on my list, also released in 1993, is We're Back, A Dinosaur's Story. We're Back, A Dinosaur's Story depicts 4 dinosaurs who have traveled to the present day and been made intelligent by a scientist who wants dinosaurs to be personally seen by children. On their journey to the Museum of Natural History, where they're helped along by 2 children, they have to avoid a mad scientist who wants to exploit them for the circus business. It was featured in a list of the 15 best dinosaur films and currently holds 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 13 on my list is 1994's Blank Check. Blank Check follows a boy who inherits a blank check and uses it to buy a house under an alter ego. Before being searched by several members of the bank he cashed it under. On its initial release, Blank Check premiered at number 3 behind Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and currently holds a 9% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 14 on my list is 1994's Angels in the Outfield. Angels in the Outfield is about a foster child, Roger, who prays to God to help the Angels win the World Series after he asks his father when they'll be a family again, and he responds sarcastically when the Angels win the pennant. Due to his unique ability to see the Angels, skeptical manager George Knox brings him on as a good luck charm and a consultant. Number 15 on my list is 1994's The Page Master. The Page Master is about a timid boy who uses statistics to avoid anything in life that he finds uncomfortable. But when he seeks refuge in a library during a storm, he must battle his way through literary classics to find his way home. Number 16 on my list is 1994's Richie Rich. Richie Rich is about the world's richest boy. He lacks any friends his own age, and his only companion is his butler. But when his parents go missing, he hooks up with some other kids that prove to fill the void in his life. Richie Rich was Macaulay Culkin's final role as a child actor before he began working as an adult actor in 2003. Number 17 on my list is 1995's Heavyweights. Heavyweights follows a fat camp for kids that's taken over by an overzealous fitness guru. It was unsuccessful in its initial theatrical run, but it's since gathered a cult following. Number 18 on my list is 1995's The Indian in the Cupboard. The Indian in the Cupboard is about a boy who receives a cupboard as a gift, and he discovers that when he puts a toy in the cupboard, after locking it and unlocking it, it brings the toys to life. Number 19 on my list is 1996's Kazam. Kazam is about a 5,000-year-old genie played by Shaquille O'Neal who appears from a magic boombox to grant a 12-year-old boy 3 wishes, and it currently holds 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. Many people seem to remember the existence of a 90s movie called Shazam, which featured Sinbad as a genie. However, no such movie ever existed, and it's possible that people are misremembering Kazam. Number 20 on my list is 1996's Michael. In the movie, the Archangel is presented as a boozing, smoking slob, yet capable of imparting unexpected wisdom. Upon its initial release, it finished number 1 at the box office. Thanks for watching. What do you think of my list? What movies do you remember watching when you were growing up that nobody else seems to remember? Please let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell down in the corner to get notifications for more videos like this one.